Okay, so for today's e-learning, you're going to be picking your stocks. So what you're going to do is on your iPad, you're going to go to marketwatch.com. Okay, it's up here. And then you're going to want to, if you go to sections, there should be a place for, oh, games. There it is. So we click on games, and you're going to, if you're not already logged in, up here on the top, you're going to want to log in. If for some reason you have not yet signed up, here I'll just log out just so it's what you would see. So you're going to be right here, and so down here you're going to see login. It'll also say login or sign up here. If you're not already logged in, or signed up, there's a link back several cycles ago that has the sign in or the link to get signed in. The password is Arizona with a lowercase a. But I'm going to assume that you're already logged in or already signed up. So depending on what you do here, you're going to sign in with your, hopefully everybody signed up with their Google account, so you can sign in with your Google account. So once you sign in, you should see Mr. Grillet's class here, and you shouldn't, if you haven't chosen any stocks, there shouldn't be anything here. But basically, this is the tutorial on how to actually pick your stocks. So a couple rules you need to follow. You're going to choose 5 stocks, and you're going to spend $20,000 per stock. You cannot go more than that. So you can go less, that's okay. You cannot go more than that. You only have $100,000 to spend. Now, it does let you go over $100,000, but that ends up, whatever you go over 100,000 ends up being debt, and so we don't want to do that. So that $100,000 that's extra is just in case you were to lose money in the process. So you only want to spend 100,000, and then 5 stocks, that's 20,000 per stock. So you should have already sort of thought about what stocks you want. Maybe you already have some. If you already have stocks purchased, you want to make sure that you have $20,000 worth of each stock. So if you look at mine, you'll notice that all of them are right around 20,000. The only difference is why this is more is because I've made $1,100 on that stock, which is why the value is over 20,000. And over here, why this is less than 20,000 is because I've lost $1,000 in Tesla. Okay, so what we're going to do is go through the process of how you buy one stock. Well, right here in the middle, it says to type in the company name. So it doesn't matter what you want. Just make sure that you're choosing companies that you know of, that you trust, that you feel are going to do well, and think about why you're choosing these companies. So we'll choose Nike. Maybe you really like Nike clothes. You feel like they're a pretty safe bet, and you feel like you're going to make some money. One thing you'll notice too when you type in the stock is that you can see what it has done the past day. So it is on the upward trend, at least for the last day. So we can choose Nike and click on that, and it's going to bring up this thing on whether or not you can see the trends. That's just the last day. You can look at the last 5 days and think, oh, look, it's on an upward trend. Or you can go back to the last month. Since we're going to be doing this for the last month of school, maybe you can see a trend there and whatever you want. There's a lot of things you can look at. You can see the daily high and the low, the weekly high and the low. You can look at the year to date, what it's done. Looks like the overall trend looks like it's in an upward trend. But you can judge for yourself whatever you want and feel like it's a good stock. When you're ready to buy a stock, you're going to click down here where it says Trade Now. When you go to Trade, here's where a little bit of math comes in. Because you need to purchase $20,000, it's going to vary depending on which stock you're getting, how many shares you buy. Like $1,000 of Amazon is not a lot because their shares are $1,500 per share, whereas Nike's only 66. So what's really cool about this website is there's a little drag here. You can click and drag this and just look at the very bottom. So down here, look at the bottom and see how that adjusts. You want to get that to 20,000 or a little bit less than 20,000. Oh, so I can go, let's see, that looks pretty good. Just under 20,000, perfect. And it automatically calculates what shares I will need to buy to keep that around 20,000. So you need to do this for every stock. Okay, just keep it just maybe slightly below 20,000, and then you're going to click submit order. Okay, now I'm not going to do that because I already have all my stocks, but that's what you would do. And then when you're ready, when you do that for all 5 stocks, you can then check your profile. On the app, it might be a button, a separate button on the bottom, but you can check your profile and see what stocks you have. Make sure they're all around 20,000 or maybe a little bit less. And then you are done. A couple things you're going to want to keep in mind is you need to have 5 stocks, okay? And each one needs to be 20,000. So if you have already purchased stocks, then you need to purchase enough that you have $20,000. Now, where you're going to run into a problem is if you've already purchased stocks and you've spent more than $20,000 on a particular stock. You're going to need to sell whatever amount you have that is that will bring you back down to a value of 20,000. So if you spent 80,000 on Amazon, you're going to need to sell $60,000 of it to get it back down. All of these should be around 20,000, and you need to keep in mind why you're choosing these stocks, because when we come back next class, you're going to have to relate that to me, and you're going to have to explain why you chose these particular stocks. Now, so I want to talk, sorry, Eddie, I'm going to pick on you here, but if I click on Eddie's, you'll notice if I look at his profile, yes, he's in second place, but here's the problem. He has spent way more money than he has. First of all, you can only spend $100,000. And just within his first 2 stocks, he spent $136,000. So Eddie, sorry to call you out, but this is too much money you spent. You way overspent your $100,000 that you've borrowed $93,000. Okay, so this is a problem. We want this to be no money borrowed, or very, very minimal, like maybe a few $100s. Okay, so you need to sell. Looks like you need to sell $74,000 worth of this stock to get it back down to 20. This one you need to sell down $22,000. So just is what it looks like if you've overspent and you weren't paying attention when I was talking about this. So that's how you do that. Please message me if you have any questions, and I can help you out. Thanks.